Hey guys, so gymnastic strength for April. For Friday, we're going to do the compression pull. So your first step is to be able to get a nice balance inverted. So if you're still working on this, getting up, just stay in the tuck, don't worry about the extension. But otherwise, if you can get that guy, and that's your next level. And then once you got that, all you're doing is piking down. So you're trying to keep your toes kind of on that line. Right down, right back up. Only going as far as you can with good form, but trying to get the toes past the handles and press. So it's pretty intense. The mirror of that is in the rings. So again, just working on that stable hold to start with in the support position. Would be your base. You can use the band as well to stabilize you and make it a little bit easier to hold up. And then press it. Heavy. If you've got stable bars, it's a little bit easier to get through. Or even a platform with an edge that's slippery on one side, you can do the presses like that so you can kind of slide the toes up. The bands are good, just be careful not to topple over. Then we've got the leg version. You can do it loaded off a box, the Jefferson curl. You can just do a body weight, come down, try and get as deep as you can, come back up. Best way I find to load it without any equipment is just single leg versions. Quite challenging on the balance, especially as you come down, so you try and focus on one spot. Pull up. The beauty of this is it's heavy on the legs but lighter on the back than the loaded ones, so you're still building that lower back strength. You can challenge the balance, strength of your hamstrings, but you're not overly loading the back while you're building up that nice flexion chain. But by all means, if you've got extra load and got a box, do it like that. Pull, push legs. Got the high pull. If you're super strong, you go inverted in the rings for this and then mirror it with the ring dip. Otherwise, like the other models, just doing it with the band. But really trying to get that nice turnout at the bottom. So it's going to mirror that in a dip and then coming up at the top where you get that nice stroke. Like that. Obviously different bands, different tension lengths. Then the ring dip, just want to get it at a height. I like using a height where I can only just touch in the bottom, but you know, you've got to work what's working for you, whether you're doing a jump style, feet on the ground, band, whichever version, but you want, again, a nice turnout at the top. Full range, I like a good stretch at the bottom, but work the range that's safe for your shoulders. Obviously the deeper dips are going to help cross over into that muscle up strength, connective tissue mobility in that deep position. Then we've just got the straight leg deadlift for the legs. So again, you could go body weight with both legs. You can add the band. Gets a little bit light when you get to the bottom, but it'll pull tight as you come up. Or you can just go the single leg. Do strict straight. If you need to unlock the knee, work that. Just half the amount of reps that we've got for the workout. So if it's 10 reps, you do 5 aside, 30-second rest. Well, that one's quite challenging on the balance, but it's very good for you, the health of your ankles, knees, hips, lower back, and just the stability through there and awareness. We've got the ape swing, the easier one, you have the feet on the ground. You really want to have a nice one arm hang before you entertain the harder versions. But yeah, just getting the excess out of the way is a bit nicer too. Spoil yourself so you don't get tangled in the straps. Although it's a little bit like the vines, a bit more ape-like. So here, if I start on the outside like that, I'm just going to reach across, grab that, reach across, grab that. Aim for that ring, aim for that ring. Quite a fun swing in the rings. Just don't bash into the bar like that if you get too much momentum. Then we've got the floor crawl. So just working those shoulder blades, all those scapular depressors to pull yourself out. So you go all the way till the legs are straight. And then you're going to crawl back with those shoulder blades. So now you're working those elevators. Then we're going into 30 seconds of the sissy squat on the shins. So you're just really keeping those glutes on, front of your hips open. Doesn't matter how far you go, it's how you go. So keep that alignment. And then coming up. 1 to 3 reps on that. Then the reverse of it. Just getting that hip hinging, so you end up kind of balancing on the knees as you go forward. Reach your hands back to keep a bit of weight back. So you get down, hinging the hip as much as you can. Whether it's body weight, if you round out a bit, it's fine. There's no extra load there, but try and hip hinge as much as you can to get that stronger. 3 sets of that. There's no rest in the core, but just trying to keep it nice and smooth. We do bicep, tricep with the Friday workouts after. A lot of people like that. So you can just do the band style, like that, just for something to add in. Whichever reps we're doing, just change the band length. The tricep overhead with this is pretty heavy. So you just got the, I'm gonna have to use the seated version. Just get the butt on it, but otherwise you just go the lighter band for that. You'll find it a lot heavier because that band's stretching out more as you go overhead, as opposed to the bicep one being a lot lower. So if you're just sitting on it here, get that there, and then pressing up. Just try and get that nice position, get that full lockout there. So you're trying to improve that handstand stack on every rep. It's not so much for the, building the guns and bis and tris, but more so for that connective tissue strength around the elbow, the grip strength, all of that. Plus people like it as well, just to fire that up. So if you've got dumbbells, use them. We mix it up each month, do kind of plate curls 1 month with the 1 plate or 1 dumbbell, double dumbbell, just to keep it interesting. And then I focus more on really trying to get those elbows in front. So you get that connective tissue strength through there, and do kind of more hammer grip, overhand grip, underhand grip, just to kind of get nice development through there. Just really injury prevention to keep that tissue nice and tolerant and healthy for all the other gymnastic strength work. See you next time, guys.